Hi viewers, welcome to my channel HANU7. In order to subscribe to my channel, you have to use the URL youtube.com/HANU7, and after subscribing you click on the bell icon. Then you may get you will get continuous updates from my side. With this introduction, I want to start a new video how to work with the software Keil Microvision 3. There I am going to demonstrate a program on serial communication for 8051. Already I have given part 1 and part 2 videos of 8051 serial communication. So this is going to be part 3 video. So hope you will like this and subscribe if you haven't subscribed it. Go to the URL keil.com to download the software Keil Microvision latest version 6 or 5. Or you can even download it, the previous versions also from this download sections. Okay. So after selecting this download, it will be asking you option called product downloads. So click on the product downloads, and then a form will be displayed here. You have to select this C51. Did you observe clearly that this is the development tools for all 8051 devices? This is the development tools for only Cortex and ARM devices. Like that, for each and every device, there is a separate software is there from Keil. And this software is a free software, but there is a limitation of code size up to 2K. Okay. And now you have to fill this form. So I will fill form like this. First name is Anmando. Next, yes. Email I will write HANU7 Academy. @gmail.com. And the company, I will write my own company name, which is HANU7 Academy. And you need not worry. You can write down your college name or your school name if you are a student from school who is eager to learn about how to program the devices. And write down the job title as a student if you're a student, or otherwise as a research fellow if you're a research fellow. And I am an associate professor, I will write associate professor. So country is automatically selected as India, and here we need not touch this select province. It will be asking for United States of countries. Here it will be a checkbox is there. Send me email notifications for any new update. Then click on this agreement. Please keep me updated on products and submit. Okay. It is asking which device you want to program. So let us add phone number also. It is wherever the red color is showing, that is the mistake we did. 720763439 is my number. I entered it. There is nothing secreted in this number. It is already available in my channel. And which device you want to program? It is asking. So we want to program 805. Okay. Then click on submit. Then here we got exe file, right? So click on the exe file. It will be downloaded automatically. Okay. So after this software gets downloaded, we have to install it. So I will show how to install it and how to work with the software. Uh, yeah. Now it is ready for installation. Right. So here you have to just simply click next and then accept the agreement and then click next again. Okay. Then again you can click next and here you can give the same first name whatever you have given there. HANMANDLU. Then last name is Surya. It automatically recognized actually the company name as HP. My laptop is HP. So I will change it to HANU7 Academy now. HANU7 Academy. This is not mandatory, but you can type it so that it will be clear. Again, you can give the same email ID, HANU7 at the rate, I mean, HANU7 Academy at the rate gmail.com. Right? So if you give any email ID simply by putting at the rate, also it will accept. H at the rate gmail.com also it will accept. Here I wrote a wrong mail is not correct. Mail dot. Okay. So now if you click next, it started installation process. Once it is installed, we will get on the desktop icon and it is also releasing it also want to show some release notes. So which you want, if you want to see the release notes, you can keep the checkbox as it is, or otherwise you can remove it. And it is also showing add example project to recently used project list. So I don't want both of these because we want to learn from the beginning. So I have selected unselected the boxes. Now go to the desktop and then in the desktop you will get this icon Keil Microvision file. Open it. Okay. So after opening it, you will get a window like this, which will be having file menu, edit menu, view menu, project menu, flash, debug, peripherals, and blah blah blah. So this how to install the software is very clearly explained in one of my previous playlist, 805 and programming. In during the starting days of my channel inception since 2019, my channel is there. So during the starting days only, I have explained clearly. But that is a version 3, but this is version 3. There is nothing, there is no change in the versions. Only the change will be in GUI, graphical user interface. That's all. Okay. So don't worry about graphical user interface. I will explain how to work with this software. First, we need to go to project and create a new project. So give appropriate name to your project and select the desired folder where you want to save. So I want to save it in my documents folder. So I am giving project name as first project. Okay. So don't give any extension to the project. It will automatically take .uv. So .uv indicates .uv projects. That is a default extension projects of Keil Microvision will take. So click on save. Then immediately there is one more dialog box is appearing. So there you have to select your device 8051, right? So 8051. So there are so many 8051s are there here. But we have to select exactly the device which is having with you. So I want to program a microcontroller called 8089. 80 stands for the name of the company Atmel, which is designed by Atmel. 8089C51. 89C5. Okay. So 80 stands for Atmel. 89, this C stands for CMOS technology. based on the CMOS technology. This is manufactured. So that all those things I explained in the previous video. You can go through that. Now you select this. It is showing 8051's all features here, which is exactly matching with our device. So I want to program this particular device on. So select it. Okay. So it is asking, shall I add startup file? So we don't want startup file .a51. If you want to write programs in assembly level language, you have to use it. So now this target one which is created here is our 8051, the project 8051. So there is one more. If you expand this by clicking the plus, we got a source group. So into the source group, you have to add your files. So I have already written programs and I would like to directly add it here. So in order to save time, don't think that sir don't know the programs. So I want to add it, add only one file at a time. Okay, I will tell you what is the technique you have to use. If you add all the three files at a time, the target, uh, it will not compile any program. You will get an error. Actually, to compile the program, here we have an option called in the debug menu, I mean, in the project menu, there is an option called build target. Here it is. Okay. Or simply the shortcut is F7. So if you don't want even up to use F7, just this is the option for build target. Okay. If I click on the build target, it is showing some errors, right? So there are three programs in it. Actually, there should be only one program here. So we want to first start with a program where we have to transmit single character. Okay. Then we want to transmit multiple characters like welcome to HANU7 and single character. We want to receive one program I wrote it for receive and other program I wrote it for transmission of two characters. But the okay, so let us continue with new program so that you will also come to know how to write it. So file new, simply include the header file, hash include 8051.h. I told 8051.h, right? 8051.h. Okay. Then main method. Here you have to open and close the main method, I mean with brackets. Then with flower brackets, you have to again open and close it immediately. So that we won't forget to close the main method. Like what I did in the last video. Uh, I forgot to close the main method, but it is understandable to everyone. So I just want to tell that I made a mistake in the previous program. That's what I'm telling. So here you can observe the color codings. If you save the file, then only you will get the color codings. Let us save the file first. File save as simply single character dot c. Single char dot c. Here you have to keep the extension of the file as a C language file because we are writing it in C language. So single char dot c. So let us now see the these what you can say color codings. Okay. So SCON is equal to 0x50. That means I have selected uh, serial data mode 1 and then data reception is enabled here. So you can put a comment if you want by using this double slash. Okay. SM1 is selected and data reception is enabled. Okay, that is the reason why I wrote already the programs. Data reception is enabled. To save the time, I have already wrote a program. Now let me show an error. How we will get error? So here I want to write second initialization in small letters instead of capital letters. I'm writing in small letters. So I don't want to write all small letters, but only first string is small letter. Tmod is equal to Tmod is equal. There is no need of space required, but I'm writing it so that it will be clearly visible. Tmod is equal to 0x. This is not O. It is 0. 0x20. If you put O there, then the color coding will be different. You can observe. You can observe, right? We didn't get in green color. That means it is a mistake is there. So directly you can see the color coding if there is any mistake. Otherwise, while compiling also it will show the error in which line error is there. Then the next thing is timer one high. So capital letters we have to use th1 timer one high is equal to directly you can write -3 also, it will accept, or write 0xft because we are using only all capital letters and hexadecimal values as it is, right? And tr1 is equal to 1 will start the timer. tr1 stands for timer 1 run control bit, so we have to start the timer. The first step In the first step, we have selected data, serial data mode, and then in the second step, we have selected a particular timer one in mode 2, okay, which is auto reload mode. And then in the third step, we have set the baud rate. Baud rate is selected here. How much baud rate is selected, I will tell you later. So, what is a baud rate is how many number of bits transmitted per second. The spelling of baud is BAUD and REA to rate. Okay. Then next thing is a timer is started here. TR1 TR1 is equal to 1. Okay. So like this, the first uh, four statements are related to these are initializations for timer 1 start. Okay, so like this, we have to start with initialization of SCON to either 40 or 50. It's better to write 50 for both. It will work for both data transmission and data reception. And in the second statement, I intentionally wrote small t and capital MOD as 0x20, which is timer 1 in mode 2 is selected here. Okay, and then timer 1 high will set the baud rate because we have selected timer 1 here. You should not select timer 0 because timer 0 is not compatible with serial data communication. Only timer 1 mode 2 is compatible with serial data communication, which is having a beautiful facility called auto reload mechanism, and which will be using only 8-bit data. So our S-bit our SBUF can hold only 8-bit data, and our SCON, all the registers of 8051 are 8-bit only. So now we will proceed to the actual data transmission now of single character. So before that, use a while one loop. While one indicates always true. That means we have to run continuously the program. And while loop will also have open bracket and close bracket. But if I won't use any open bracket and close bracket, the immediate first step will be in the loop. Only that particular thing is in the loop, right? SBUF, capital SBUF. SBUF is equal to, in single quotes, you have to put in single quotes as capital H or small h, whatever you want, or you can put your own initial. I mean your own character there, or your own number. SBOF is equal to capital H. I want to transmit. So how should I know that H is successfully transmitted? I have to check using another while loop. While Ti capital T capital I. This is not T1. Many students will make mistake here itself. They will write T1. This is not timer 1. This is timer. This is actually serial interrupt. Transmit interrupt. It shows that transmission is successful or not. While T1, sorry, while Ti equal to 0, okay, then simply you have to wait there only. So this, the meaning of this semicolon is we have to wait there itself for some time until that condition is met. Okay, so when Ti becomes 1, it will come out of the loop, and inside the loop, whatever the statement is there here, and just now I told that for while loop also there will be open bracket and close bracket. If we won't use it, the immediate next statement here sbuff is there in this while one loop, and here whatever I will write here, that will be there in this while loop. Okay, so then immediately you have to clear Ti flag. Okay, so now this completes the program. So let us include. Actually, I wrote only program here, but that needs to be added into the source group. So click on this, double click on the source group, and then SCON single character. That is okay. Not file. We will check where the file is getting saved. It is getting saved in documents. Under 7 OneDrive documents. So click on the source group and go to that folder only, documents, and type single. We have written single char C, right? So that program you have to add it. It is added. You can see here it is added, and then immediately close this. Okay. So I want to close this text too. We have opened it only to check the location where exactly our file is there. Now, for all other programs, we got plus symbol before that, but for this single, I mean, single spelling is wrong here, but we can understand it. I wrote it as cycle C, cycle char C. So this cycle char C only we have to execute. So for that, what you have to do is you have to disable these programs. For that, what you have to do is right click, open. First option you can open options for scon.c, and just remove this checkbox. Uncheck this box, include in target build. Okay, you can see that it is disabled here. Similarly, again for this also we have to do the same. Options for scon, that file name, and click OK. Then again repeat the same process to this file also. So like this, you can add as many number of files as you want, and you can work with your program. Otherwise, every time you need to load your program into this target source group. Okay, target is 8051, and in that there is source group. So in the source group, our program is there here as single char.c. Okay, this is now ready for compilation. So let us start the compilation process. So you can observe here something will happen here. You can see here clearly. As soon as I click this build target, it starts compiling. I mean, it starts there is a process called, uh, we will check it here. Let me make this bigger. Okay, so it is not shown. So let us see. It started first building the target. Okay, then there is a warning. Include spelling is wrong. Okay, I wrote that include spelling is wrong. And then undefined identifier SCON. We don't know what is SCON because the header file 8051.h is not working here. And this tmod is also undefined identifier it is sharing. th1 also undefined identifier it is telling, and tr1 is also undefined identifier it is telling. Sbuff is also undefined identifier it is telling. Ti like that, and all others are only the because of the reason this include header file dot. I mean the spelling mistake in header file. It should be include, not include. I wrote it intentionally, but I didn't disclose it to you. Now again we are getting errors for the rest of the registers. Okay, so let us check it here again. Now that include is removed, I mean the error which is related to include is removed. Now again we are getting same error. So let us add the header file as reg51.h instead of 8051 reg51.h. Okay. The mistake is it is not 807. The mistake is with comma. Instead of police staff, I put comma. In my laptop, it is. So let us again check it. If okay, same error is coming, that means we have to change the header file to reg51.h. reg51.h. Now I think it will work. Okay, so we got only this tmod error. So if I remove this small t to capital T, then our program will be successful. Okay, so now you can see zero errors, zero warnings. I got zero errors and zero warnings. And the main problem occurred because of only header file. And earlier it also shown that there is no plus symbol here because the reg51.h header file is missing here. In this reg51.h header file, you can see the all addresses of SFRs. Each and every register like port 0 is having address. Port 1 is also having address. Port 2 is also having address. SCON is also having address. And SBUF is also having address. I have shown these two addresses in the previous videos. SCON is 98 and SBUF is 99. And similarly, even TAs, all other things will also have addresses. Okay. So this is the header file. You can open it and see it and go through it thoroughly. Now let us go back to the program. Okay. So once if you get zero errors, zero warnings, then our next job is to debug the program. Okay. Because this is the simulation software. Here itself we can check the output. So there is only one option for debugging, starting and stopping the debugging session. So this symbol D, which is there here also you can see. Okay, you can either select go to the debug menu and select this, or otherwise directly you can click here. Okay, so we are habituated to shortcuts. So I use that one. So you can see immediately there is one more pop-up window came showing that evaluation mode. This is evaluation mode, not a licensed mode. And there is a code limit of size 2K. So don't worry that our code is not that much of size. And immediately after entering into debugging mode, here disassembly window is shown and the same C program file is also shown here. Okay, and this is the cursor which is pointing to the first line of the statement is called program counter. Program counter is the one which points to the uh, first statement in the program. In the assembly language program also you can see it is written as move SCON as 50. Okay, so let us first start with step by step process. If I click this step, this is the step in uh, shortcut icon. Otherwise, go to the debug and use F11 or this step. So we don't want to use all those things. Here itself is the first step. S is there. If I click after clicking the step one, you can see it is shown in green color and the program counter got incremented to next line. Okay, that means it started initialization of SCON. Okay, and in the PSW also you can see some changes happening, which you will come to know later. Then I have started the timer in mode 2, that also executed. Then timer 1 high is set to some baud rate. Okay, can you observe the changes here? The program counter address is getting incremented again and again. Okay, then timer 1 started and it entered into the while loop. The first statement in the while loop is sbuff is equal to h. Even that is also executed. Okay, but it is not going into the next statement. Okay, why it is not going into the next statement? Because after h is successfully transmitted, then only it will enter into the while loop. So by force, you can put the your so in the program you can put the cursor at 10th place and use this option run to the cursor line. Okay, so if you click on this run to the cursor line, then you can observe the output which came in serial port 1. For that we have to open some serial window UART1. Okay, so here actually H should display. If I click this statement, something went wrong, I think. Here I forgot to put semicolon and we have to change the program. To change the program, we have to again stop and then, okay, semicolon is already there. Okay, let us try again. 0 errors, 0 warnings we got. Then in the debug session, start debug session. Okay, so earlier we have opened serial window UART1, right? So it will automatically come this time here. In this serial window 1 only, we will get the output. So instead of running step by step, we have an option here called continuous run, which is shortcut is F5 or otherwise the symbol is this text file showing the down arrow. Okay, so that means something went wrong in our program. So we are not getting the output. Okay, so otherwise we will get H continuously transmitted here. We will get H like this. Okay, so let us this is called runtime error. We don't know what went wrong in the program. So runtime errors are most dangerous than real errors. The real errors will be shown here itself. Okay, so if there is any problem with our program, it will show the real error there itself, so that we can rectify that. But it is showing zero errors, zero warnings, but the output is not coming. So let us check again. We will change this. Of course, -3 is also correct, but let us change it to FD, and TR1 is equal to 1, while 1 SBUF is equal to H. These are all single quotes only, I suppose. Okay, so while TI equal to 0, TI equal to 0. Program is correct only, but we are not getting the output. Okay, so don't worry. We will see the other program. So assume that there is HHH is coming here. Okay, so sorry for the inconvenience created. Let us go to the second two characters program. So let us stop debugging this, and then we will go to the options for target. I mean, sorry, don't remember. We will go to the options for target, and then just click on this. Again, this program will be removed from the build. Now we will go to this program, and we will include in this program target file, source group of the target. So here we are, of course, here also we are transmitting single character H, but SCON1.c is transmitting two characters H7. Okay, so let us again build the program. We got 0 warnings because it is perfectly written earlier itself. And you can observe here there are some other initializations are also there. So in order to transmit two characters or one character, we whatever the program we wrote earlier is enough. But in order to transmit the multiple characters, what we have to do is we have to use a character array. So I wrote char a here. Can you observe it? This is the char a. There I put the desired characters in single quotes separated by comma, and \n indicates new line. Okay, in C program you already learned it, and I use integer I so that I can use it in for loop here. For I is equal to 0, I less than 3, I plus plus. I have opened for loop and I have closed for loop. Okay, in this first H will be coming here in the place of SBUF is equal to A of I. H will be coming and it will be successfully transmitted by thoroughly checking whether the TA becoming 1 or okay. Then after it becoming after it becomes 1, it is our responsibility to clear it to 0. In the rest of the other 4 timers of 8051, they will automatically clear to 0. But these two interrupts, I mean, there are 6 interrupts actually for the 8051. 2 are timer interrupts and 2 are hardware interrupts. And there are actually 2 types of interrupts are there, software and hardware. Among the software interrupts, these TI and RI are they won't get automatically clear to 0. It is our responsibility to clear it to 0. So I immediately clear it to 0. So we got 0 to 0 warnings. After ensuring that, then we have to, after I have ensured 0 to 0 warnings, then enter into the debug session. Okay, same warning message you will get. Click on OK. Now let us check in single line, single line execution. Okay. Now it will be actually you can observe here some count is coming here, right? This here you can see this count. It is counting 521, 535, 543 like that, and here also something is getting incremented. So that means it is waiting for that event to happen. Okay, so just put here and click on this run to the cursor line. Okay, and otherwise click here and run to the cursor line. You can see that H7 came. Okay, so that means it first taken I is equal to 0, transmitted H, then cleared it to 0, and then transmitted 7, and cleared it to 0, again transmitted backslash n. That's why you can see here, this is showing H7, H7, H7 continuously. If you want, you can just scroll up and you can see. Okay, so like that, even we can write the program for multiple characters. Okay, for that, let us stop this debugging and then go to the other program, which is having welcome to HANU7, very big program. So where you will come to know how to write. Of course, if you know how to write for 2 characters or 3 characters, same in the similar way, you have to include the character array and you have to, what you can say, first let me deselect this and then uncheck the box here. So where is the program now? This is single character program. Okay, receive program, sorry. And this is the very big program. Welcome to HANU7. It is having actually 17 characters inside that. So for the for loop, I took I is equal to 0, I less than 17, I plus plus. Sorry. Okay. It is showing that there is no target for me to execute. SCON welcome to HANU7. We have to include in the source code. Include in target build. So after that, you build the target. It will show 0 errors, 0 warnings. After ensuring that 0 errors, 0 warnings are came in here, then you can start debugging the program and then click on this continuous run option. Okay, now you can see that welcome to HANU7 is getting displayed. So this is how the application, real-time application of this program is. You can see in some bus stations and railway stations, some characters will be getting displayed on the screen, right? So that is with this type of programming only. Okay, instead of what you can say continuously uh, displaying, we can display it only one time also, so that we can remove that while one loop. Okay, so like this, you can work with serial transmission programs. And let us finally see the last program, serial receive. Okay, so for that, actually you don't forget to stop running the program. If you won't stop running the program, then you it won't allow you to come out of the debug. Okay, I think it is allowing, this version of the software is allowing now. But earlier in the previous versions, we need to stop the program. After running continuously, there will be a wrong button in red color coming here, right? That is called stop. If you stop, it got stopped at W only. See here. Okay. If you run it again and if you stop it immediately, if you start running and if you start immediately, it will be stopped somewhere in between the transmission. Okay. So leave it. Yeah, you can see welcome. Well, CO only we got. That means it stopped there only. So then after that, stopping the program, then you'll come out of the debug mode. But this version is allowing you to directly come out of the debug mode without stopping the program itself. Now, let us go to the serial receive program. Now it got deselected. So there is nothing is there in the target source group. So we have to work with this file. What is the file name of this is scon single char.c. Okay, so this is that file scon single char.c. So let us open it and include in the target file. Okay, so here also the same procedure. Scon is equal to 50h is set. I mean hexadecimal number 50. T mod is equal to 20, and then th1 is equal to fa, which is set in the baud rate 4800, and then tr1 is equal to 1. While 1, we have to check for any data received into the SBUF register. Whenever it is received, RI becomes 1, and it is our responsibility to save it in a comfortable place. So I choose P1. Then we have to clear it to 0 to receive the next character. So that is the algorithm of the program. And let us check. There are 0 errors, 0 warnings. After that, you can go to the debug menu and then click OK. Then start continuous run. Okay, so nothing is coming here. That means we are waiting for somebody to send the message. Who is that somebody in the simulation? So let us open port P1. Output is supposed to come here, right? So in the P1, if you put cursor in the serial window, UART, and if you type small a, 61 is getting displayed there. If you type capital A, 41 is getting displayed there. If you type small h or capital H, 68 is displayed. Small h, capital H, 48 is displayed. For small h, 68 is displayed. Like that, we will receive the program in port P1 for whatever the data you are typing here. If you want to see, sir, how can you say that you are typing capital A or small a? I could not find it here means you have to transmit the statement first, then the same will be received into the P1. For that, you have to modify the program. So that is assignment given to you. So those who will submit the program, for them I am going to send a gift. Okay. So that gift is a surprise, a textbook of 8051 programming. Okay. So I will be waiting eagerly for the response from the viewers. I hope it is clear, or otherwise you can feel free to put in the comment section to explain it again. I don't have any objection to explain entire video again. Okay, I will create entire video again and then I will explain it clearly, whatever you want me to explain it clearly. Right? So we got some mistake with phone the first program, single character.c. I don't know what went wrong in this, so I will check it. But you assume that how we are getting H7, like that only H will be coming continuously here. Okay, so that's the only the thing which is a flaw in our today's session. But I hope rest is clear, and with this I want to take a leave from all of you. Thank you for watching.